All right, so the big question right now is whether or not it's a hit and run. This car, I'm guessing, is a witness.
Stand by over there with my partner. We'll take care of you, okay?
Hey, Cab.
Hey.
Hit and run, I presume?
Yeah.
I thought I was hoping that car stopped that was further down, but I guess they're a witness.
Just people stopped this bar there, so this guy said he saw it over here.
Okay.
So just wait for his meeting, get some more information.
Okay.
We'll get you some more info.
No, it's all good. I'll hang tight. Was it male or female?
I'm not sure. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Can't tell based on the impact, to be honest with you.
Got it. Okay. No worries, Cap. I'll get some shots. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yep. I can't tell you.
I'm always amazed when they're left like that.
Yeah.
So stupid. All right, per LAFD, it is going to be a hit and run. The vehicle that's parked behind my vehicle is potentially a witness. We have LAFD putting up their tape. We're going to go back a little bit further. We don't want any graphic details here. We just kind of want to show where the victim was at the time. And I mentioned to him, this is it's just so stupid. This is something that happens on a nightly basis for us and on of course, a daily basis for the city. We have so many vehicle versus pedestrian incidents. It's actually mind-boggling. I don't understand. I don't think I ever will. I've talked about it before, and we got guys rolling up here. So let me get a couple shots here. Oh, it's all good. Vehicle versus pedestrian, possibly a hit and run. I got to talk to the LAPD and see what's up.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's every day. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So they're requesting additional units for traffic control. But like I was saying a second ago, just to continue on that topic, this is just such a common thing in the city, and I've spoken with a lot of officers, a lot of firefighters, and most of these situations are not something that, how do I explain this? If you hit a pedestrian, unfortunately, and they are injured or killed or what have you, and you stay, that is an accident, right? That's a car accident. But if you hit someone in the roadway and you critically injure them or what have you, and then you leave them to die in the roadway, it's a horrendous, absolutely horrendous way to go. And talking with the captain, he couldn't tell me if it was male or female because of how bad the head trauma was. I mean, that's a pretty horrific situation.
This person was dragged?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, there's clothing here. Once the RA moves, they'll have to finish some of their paperwork and they'll take off. But once they do, we'll get a little bit better picture of what's going on. But Van Nuys, I mean, it's a huge street out here. It's actually much wider than the average street in the valley, because there are all these car dealerships out here, and these dealerships, during the day you can see they have the car carriers unloading cars and loading cars like crazy. So they have all this extra room. But you know, to have a street that's this well lit right underneath the street light, I mean, it's, even when the ambulance leaves and they take their floodlights with them, this is a very very well lit part of the valley. So there's not too many excuses here as for why this unfolded. But again, it's up to these people that are involved in these incidents to determine what they do after the collision, and that's really the problem most of the time. I think you're right. I think they were dragged quite a ways, actually, from way down at the next intersection.
Well, I was at the gas station just buying something to eat, and then I'm going behind the gas station into the alley to go to Calvert. As I'm leaving, passing the gate, I hear this large, crash. I assume there was two cars, and as I'm going back, I'm going to Van Nuys Boulevard, I see his homeless friends on the sidewalk, and I see a bike bended in half. And then I asked him, what the hell, where's the body? And there was even a car that passed by and said, hey, what happened? And they said that the guy is being dragged under the car. And as I looked from far, it was a reddish Camry or Corolla 90s version. And I saw him turn right. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm gonna go, he's going where I live. Maybe I'll see, the body, see if he's still alive or something, Because from far, I did see something being dragged, because he kept stopping and pausing, pausing. He turned to the right, trying to get away. So as I'm going down Calvert, I see the car pass by from Vesper all the way to Delano. I'm sure he went to Delano and then back out to Van Nuys Boulevard, driving all the way back, most likely doing a U-turn, because I don't know how the hell it landed over here on the left side when he was on the right side. So he must have gone away this way. And I went back. When I went home, I went back and I got my jacket on and came back just to see if anyone called the cops or something. And no, but as I was standing there, I saw the ambulance coming this way. I'm like, oh shit, so it must be over here. So I ran it from down here, hoping that, poor guy might be alive, because I usually feed the homeless out here. But it's possibly someone I know as well, because I know some of the people that live over there.
What was your reaction when you saw it?
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people go. It hurts you. That shit, it's never goes away, and it's very familiar. And especially when someone you don't even know, got nothing out here, has to go like this. It's very sad, So,
Did you see what kind of car it was?
Yeah, it was a 90s version Camry or Corolla, and most likely because there's a lot of fucking drunks around here. A lot of drunks out here, and I'm sure it was a drunk guy that hit him. Because he didn't stop. He kept going. He didn't stop.
So we just got a quick interview with that witness, and LAPD, we're overhearing a little bit of chatter. They're confirming that this incident started at Calvert and Van Nuys, which I believe is quite a ways to the north. So we're gonna try and find that exact location. My only question with this is it has to be north, yeah, because there's a skid mark going down the street here, which is we're gonna measure it out and see what that distance is. But I mean, this is probably about a mile that this person was dragged under the car. They're saying it's a male, and we overheard one of the officers saying that the victim no longer has a face attached to their rest of their body. So we're gonna go try and find exactly where this all started, and we'll pick up from there. So this is apparently this is the initial location where they think this all began. Wow. So our victim was dragged. Drug, right? Dragged? Drug?
It's dragged.
All the way from here down to, what was it, Burbank? They did a U-turn, body got dislodged from the vehicle, and then the suspect vehicle took off. So pretty horrific ordeal for our victim. There's a long ways to go. Hey, Sarge.
Yeah,
How do we know it started here?
just evidence.
Physical evidence?
Yeah.
This over here, or? I'm not seeing anything obvious like shoes or the usual.
There's ground markings.
God, that's a long way to go.
Yeah, at least a quarter mile.
Valley Traffic's handling?
They will be, yes.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, they're saying that there's ground markings here that indicate that this is where our victim was struck initially. You can see it's very faint. I'll try to pick it up. We could see it earlier. The track marks in the roadway from the. I'm trying to think of a way to describe this without being too graphic and also being insensitive. That's kind of the fine line here. In the roadway, you can see pieces of our victim that are being ground into the asphalt. You can tell by the color and the some of the shapes. It's not a piece of car; it's a piece of person. So, really, just a horrific way to go. Really drawn out and incredibly painful. So it's tough when you see stuff like that. It's always tough. But they've got all of Van Nuys closed. This is I'd say about 3/4 of a mile between us and where the suspect vehicle made a U-turn, and the victim was then dislodged from the underside of the vehicle. So normally pedestrians don't get dragged underneath. Usually they're bounced out. We actually just talked about this recently regarding the limousine case, the drug deal gone bad on Skid Row back in 2009. That was a really interesting one, but that was actually, you have some footage I think that you have on that. Do you want to cut to that now, kind of talking about that type of incident? Yeah. Okay, let's roll. Tay was doing an edit about the vehicle versus pedestrian, the limousine homicide investigation with a woman that was dragged underneath a limousine in downtown LA. Very similar to this, actually more graphic than this one, but similar circumstances. Let's take a look at that.